Hey there, science fans! Bill Nye here, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of data. Just like a microscope helps us see tiny things, understanding data helps us see patterns and understand the world around us. But first, we need to talk about variables. Think of a variable like a container that holds information. Variables are the building blocks of data. Variables come in all shapes and sizes, just like the stuff we find in our world. Some things are easy to count, like the number of cookies in a jar. Others are a bit trickier, like how much someone likes those cookies. Understanding different types of variables is key to unlocking the secrets hidden within data. So let's put on our data analyst hats and explore two important types: categorical and continuous variables. Let's start with categorical variables. These are variables that help us sort and classify things into different groups or categories. These are like sorting hats, putting things into different groups or categories. Imagine you have a bunch of items and you need to organize them. Imagine you're sorting your socks. You might have a category for blue socks, another for striped socks, and maybe even one for socks with mismatched patterns that you can't find the pair to. You might have a category for blue socks, another for striped socks, and maybe even one for socks with mismatched patterns that you can't find the pair to. This way you can easily find the type of sock you need. Categorical variables don't deal with numbers that we can measure. Instead, they focus on qualities or attributes that help us group items together. They're all about putting things into the right box based on their qualities. For example, you might have boxes labeled fruits, vegetables, and snacks. Think about your favorite ice cream flavors. You can't measure chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry with a ruler, but you can definitely group them into different categories. We can't measure chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry with a ruler, but we can definitely group them into different categories. This helps us understand and organize our preferences. Other examples of categorical variables include types of pets, colors of the rainbow, and genres of music. Types of pets: dogs, cats, fish, hamsters, so many furry and scaly friends. Colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow. All the colors we need to make a beautiful rainbow. And don't forget about music genres. Genres of music: pop, rock, classical, whatever gets your toes tapping. These categories help us make sense of the world around us. Remember, categorical variables are all about categories, not measurements. They help us organize and understand the world in a more structured way. Now let's move on to continuous variables. These are the variables that we can measure using numbers, and they can take on any value within a certain range. Continuous variables are essential in many fields because they provide precise and detailed information. Think about your height, your weight, or the temperature outside. These are all examples of continuous variables. We can use tools like rulers, scales, and thermometers to get precise measurements. These tools help us capture the exact value of these variables. Continuous variables can take on any value within a certain range. This means they are not restricted to fixed categories. For example, your height could be 5 feet 6 inches, 5 feet 6.5 inches, or any number in between. This flexibility is what makes continuous variables so useful. It's not limited to specific categories like tall or short. Instead, it allows for a more nuanced understanding of the data. Here are some more examples of continuous variables. Time. We can measure time in seconds, minutes, hours. The clock keeps ticking. Time is a perfect example of a continuous variable because it flows without interruption. Distance. Whether it's miles or kilometers, we can measure how far we travel. Distance is another continuous variable that can take on any value within a range. Temperature. From freezing cold to scorching hot, we can measure the heat with a thermometer. Temperature varies continuously and can be measured precisely. Remember, continuous variables are all about measurements and numbers. They provide us with detailed and precise information that is crucial for analysis and understanding. Section 4, Categorical versus Continuous A side-by-side comparison. So we've learned about categorical variables, which are like sorting hats, and continuous variables, which are all about measurements. Let's see them side by side to really understand the difference. Feature: categorical variable versus continuous variable. Type of data: qualitative, descriptive versus quantitative, numerical, measurement categories or groups versus numbers along a scale. Examples: colors, types of animals, music genres versus height, weight, temperature, time. Can you calculate an average? No versus yes. Section 5, why it matters: using the right tools for the job. In this section, we will explore the importance of selecting the appropriate tools and methods for different tasks, especially in the context of data analysis and scientific experiments. Understanding the difference between categorical and continuous variables is like having the right tools for a science experiment. Just as a scientist needs specific instruments to conduct precise experiments, we need to use the correct methods to analyze different types of data. If you're building a volcano, you wouldn't use a feather duster instead of baking soda, right? The same principle applies to data analysis. Using the wrong tool can lead to incorrect results and misinterpretations. When we analyze data, we need to use the right methods for each type of variable. This ensures that our analysis is accurate and reliable, providing meaningful insights. Using the wrong method is like trying to measure the temperature with a ruler. It just won't work. It's crucial to match the tool to the task to get valid results. Knowing the type of variable helps us to choose the right analytical methods. This foundational knowledge is key to performing accurate data analysis. Choose the right graphs and charts to visually represent our data. This makes it easier to understand and communicate our findings. We can use bar graphs for categorical variables, which help in comparing different categories clearly and effectively, and histograms for continuous variables, which show the distribution of data over a range of values. Perform the appropriate statistical analyses to test our hypotheses and draw valid conclusions. This step is critical in ensuring the integrity of our research. Different statistical tests are used for different types of variables. Selecting the correct test is essential for accurate data interpretation. Draw meaningful conclusions from our data by using the right tools and methods. This allows us to make informed decisions based on our analysis. We can't make accurate conclusions if we're using the wrong tools. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. Always ensure you're using the right tools for the job to achieve the best results. Section 6. Test your knowledge. Are you a variable whiz? Ready to test your variable knowledge? Here's a quick quiz. For each item, identify whether it is a categorical or continuous variable. 1. The number of students in a classroom. 2. The different types of trees in a forest. 3. The weight of a backpack. 4. The colors of cars in a parking lot. 5. The time it takes to run a mile. Answers: 1. Continuous. 2. Categorical. 3. Continuous. 4. Categorical. 5. Continuous. How did you do? If you got them all right, congratulations. You're well on your way to becoming a data master. Section 7. Conclusion: keep exploring the world of data. That's it for our exploration of categorical and continuous variables. Remember, understanding these fundamental concepts is crucial for making sense of the data all around us. So, keep your curiosity alive and never stop exploring the fascinating world of data. Keep on sciencing.